Good morning, everyone. Once again, it's a new day. It's a beautiful day. I'm getting perfect, getting better by the day. So, we are still on adaptability. Do my focus is in transferring and many other things, dieting, mental well-being, disability community, how you can make your life better, how you've been strong and believing in God more and more. So I'm your girl, Monica Arinze, and I want to transfer. But one of the things about transferring is there's some days you wake up, you are strong. There's some days you are not strong. There's some day you cannot carry yourself like that. Or it could happen to me or to many other person. You can go out, to spend a whole lot of time outside. When you come back, you're exhausted. So trying to transfer is a whole lot of hassles. So I want to show you transferring with a chair that the bed is a bit higher, but transferring from the bed to chair is a whole lot easier with this particular chair, and also with the cushion that is lower. But when you want to transfer back from the cushion, from the particular this wheelchair to the bed, is a lot of you need a little bit of tactics to maneuver it. And please, any day you are not up to transferring, try to get some little strength before you can start that, because transferring is part of anybody that lacks mobility, using legs and all that, and always have someone to support you and do that. And this video, I am actually doing it, pleading for your subscribe. I want you really to subscribe for me. I want to see if we can get up to 2,000 subscribers. I will try as much as possible to put on some original content. You see it raw as it is and dead. And some of days I'll show you how someone can actually fall down by transferring, and the danger of someone that is on the ground. Not only me, but someone that is in similar scenario or case with me. So that's one of the things, and I really want to get better by the day. Drop your comments. Any area you want me to do for you, or you think, okay, how am I surviving, or how am I coping with my independency and all that? Because dependency is not only transferring, but when you are when you've transferred to a chair, you can do a whole lot. For instance, now you cannot be in the bed and cook. You cannot be in the bed and wash your clothes. You can eat in the bed, but you cannot be in the bed to eat. So for me, every day I live it normal. Wake up, bathe. Sometimes I do bed bathing, sometimes I do showering, then go to be on the chair, and I can do a whole lot. When I'm in the chair, I can use my dumbbells. I can also use my leg machines. I can actually go out, wheel around my vicinity, go for functions, because of this transferring means it made it easy that I'm able to go out. If I can actually I go out on my own with a carer, because the system is I'm not the one driving. I don't have a personal driver that can say, okay, your driver can even support you. In some situation, you may be tired or weak, or you are not up to it. So transferring makes life, I think it's like a basic, to make you easy, to make it easily for you to move around, to adapt, because I'm able to transfer. You can be able to get to work, go to work every day, come back, go to church, visit a friend, visit a neighbor, and all that. So that was one of the things I can tell you, that transferring has been a very great help. So I'll say that, or I would suggest, or I would advise that if you're able to transfer, do it every day. Don't lie down on the bed. If lying down on the bed make you feel like you're sick, make you feel like you're not going to do anything for yourself, or you're up to take. But whenever you're on the chair, your brain click out, I can do this, I can do all that, and life move, and get swift. So, Tell me where you're watching from. Subscribe, and please subscribe. This video is specifically asking you, please subscribe and share. Let's make this channel more lively and have more people. All right, let's go there. I'm going to start transferring. I'll transfer from the bed to wheelchair and from the wheelchair back to bed. Okay, so first let me show you the wheelchair. Thank you. So this is the wheelchair I'm going to use, and you see as I talked, so we are continuing. So I'm going to transfer with this wheelchair, and you see I can transfer while I'm on the bed without not removing this wheelchair. You see this one, I'll remove it, and you see there is a cushion. You know, most of the wheelchair you must put a cushion. You see the sitting base is very light, and one thing I want to show you about this wheelchair is the cushion is there, and when I sit it, I can actually sunk me inside, so I have to put a whole lot of strength to lift myself back to wheelchair when I'm transferring from wheelchair to bed. So this is what I want to show you. I'm using this wheelchair with this cushion, and you can see a slight way of when you try to maneuver it, because wheelchair is our second leg, and our ability to transfer every day makes life so easily. So this is the cushion, this is the wheelchair, and with a whole lot of functions that it has that helps for moving around. And you can see the legs, you can actually remove the leg. Like if you want to turn this, you can turn this wheelchair. You see now I've turned it. You can swing back. You can also go front. Sorry, you can also go front. Yes, and with this knot I can actually remove it completely, but today I will describe different wheelchairs and their functionalities. I will do all that. So this is it, and I'll continue from here. I'll show you how, when I am lying down on the bed, how I will sit up, the few mechanism I use to sit up before I transfer. So that is it, and I say continue watching, and please subscribe and like my channel. All right, so I'm going to show you how I get up. One of the ways I can get up is I can use my hand. See, put my feet like this and try and lift. Okay, I can lift with one, or with the other one I can support this way with aid of a pillow. I'm up. Then another way is, you know, normal, if you've been able before, you now become paraplegic or immobile, you always feel like, oh, let me lie down the normal way I used to lie down. It's not that so good, because you can do it depending on how strong you've recovered or how you're getting used to your body. But it's always good that you take things easy instead of bouncing back like I just did. You do it gradually. Then another way you can use to get up, just assume that me, I can turn now after a whole lot of training. Is I turn like this, then I want to get up. I have a pillow or without a pillow. So let me do without a pillow. Since my elbow is here, I will use this my elbow and use it to lift myself up, holding my leg. I always hold my leg, then I will adjust. You see, I'm already up and running. So if I wake up, when I wake up, this is how I get up, do my bathing, try to do some other things, dress up, and all the things I have to do to get myself up and running. So now that I'm up, I want to transfer. I want my day to start up. I want to wear my shoe. So because when you go independent, when you get independent and you're imprisoned by the day, you reduce a whole lot of things people will do for you. You know, people around you will be able to rest, you'll be able to know, okay, you're getting better. They can support with other things. So now for my shoe, I always go with a shoe that is comfortable, that is cotton in texture, because to avoid any kind of pressure. So I wear this one. So all right, so I've put on my shoe. Now I want to transfer, but as I want to transfer, I'll use two different mechanisms to transfer. You know, the chair has a handrest, so when I want to transfer, I will pull it out, get it closer to me, then lock the wheel, the brake. Just that I have challenges with the brakes, but let's see if it will function today. So now I'll show you different way I can actually transfer from this bed to wheelchair. First, by making sure that I carry all my bottom to the chair, then I'll move my leg. Like I'll make sure that I lift all myself to this while my part of leg is in the bed, then I'll bring the leg down. But another easy way mechanism that is very okay, because that is to avoid any kind of emergency, is transparent. I try to get myself very close. If you look here, you can see my hip side, my leg side is very close to the chair. So I will use my hand, lift this leg and put here. I will get this one again closer. Are you seeing the techniques you use as you're learning? Even if you know your trunk is not so strong, you'll be doing it gradually. So now the cushion is here. This is where I have to do a little bit of lifting. So I will lift gradually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I've lifted. You see the way I'm sitting? Is it okay? The answer is no. I'll do what? I will adjust myself. I'll bring this down, and this thing helps a whole lot, the handrest, for me to make sure that I adjust well. I'll put my leg back. If I'm still that I'm not really balanced, to be sure that I've sit. You see, now I've transferred. You know, because transferring is important for us. You can't be lying down every day on the bed. You know, already I'm in this chair now. I can wash my clothes. I can do my cooking. If I have visitor, we'll sit down with this normal. When I want to go out, it's easy for me to go out. So you see the technique now that I use. I've transferred very well. Move it into gear. Move around. Da-da-da. My house is small. It's peaceful. It's full of love. I see. So now I've done this one. Then I want to transfer again back to this bed, but I want to use a different method to transfer. So now I'll remove this one. So what do I want to do to get back to this bed? I'll make sure this is on the brake. But anything that happens, I'll see if I'll be able to maneuver it to avoid me falling on the ground. I don't want to fall on the ground. I can lift myself out from the ground for now. So now, what do I want to do? I want to move. I always want to be sure I'm very closer to the bed. So I always do a count of 1. I don't lift. You see the bed? You see, as I'm trying to do it, the chair is moving because my brakes are not strong. So please, always ensure you have a wheelchair that have a strong brake. It's very dangerous to have a chair without a strong brake. My wheelchair brake broke, and this one is more like an handy wheelchair and all that. But let's see how I'll maneuver it. So I'll lift myself, so it's moving. I'll see how I'll use the other hand to control it. So I lift. You see what I just did? It's because I have a strong control that I'm able to lift and sit at this point that I'm still. Because I'm just trying to, in a flash of light, in a flash of seconds, how am I going to maneuver myself? to transfer when I'm the only one in the house, or when I don't want to disturb anyone. Okay, so if you look the way I'm sitting now, see that is barely part of my buttocks, my upper body that is on the bed. I have more part of me that's still on the wheelchair, but with the aid of this chair handle, it's serving as a support for me, and with this my hand on the bed now, it's serving as a support. So another thing I want to do, if I can lift this leg and put it on this legs foot support, but if you cannot, I want to lift. I feel lifting will help me at this point. Want to go? Good. I'm able to lift. Are you seeing? If my wheelchair is stable, like it wasn't moving around, when I put it on the brake, it was at a point, it was strong. It's like it's not shaking. What I want to do is to lift my upper body to the bed, which I just did now. But you see, it takes like 1 to 5 stepping to do this. Now I am here. I'm back to the bed. We lift, use my hand, and I lift again. Are you seeing it? So one of the things you notice that the challenges now is that if my wheelchair, the brake is still very weak, and when I'm trying to move and the chair was able to move apart from me, what is going to happen is that I'm going to fall and I'm going to be on the ground. You get? And the fall might not be a good fall, it might be a good fall. If it's a good fall, I didn't injure. If it's a bad fall, I might injure. Okay? So you see now the way I transfer. So what I do on transferring is I always find a way to maneuver, because most cases, you know, the kind of strength you have in the morning is what you have when you go out in the evening. So you still have to take a way to maneuver when you are not when you are weak, when you are not strong. So like now, I can maneuver anyhow because I'm about going out and I'm not tired. I still have full of energy in me this morning, so I want to go back to the chair again. And this is forming like an exercise, transferring from the bed to the wheelchair is an exercise. So on your own, for you to get better, you can do it 2 times in a day, 3 times in a day. But one of the things I will encourage you, please do not lie down on the bed all the day, except the day you are very weak, that health-wise. But if it's normal day, well, be on the chair, sit with people. With that, you'll be able to be training your body back again, to be able to sit down for hours. Nobody will train you to sit down for hours. You have to train yourself. Don't lie down every day. No matter your situation, just make sure you sit down for some hours before you want to retire to the bed. Okay? With this movement from the bed to wheelchair, from the wheelchair to the bed, and from the bed to wheelchair, then from the wheelchair to car, you're moving your butt, you're moving your body. It's also a technique of you preventing any kind of bed sore or pressure sore, which is also very bad. So now I want to transfer back